doing tour today, we're going to be drawing a black-capped chickadee. So first we're going to draw the eye. Now my new iPad I just got yesterday when this was filmed. I'm following this picture on the internet of our black-capped chickadee. And today we're going to be drawing a black-capped chickadee. And the supplies we need is marker, burner, washable paper, and something color with an end. Now let's get into it. That's good. But yeah, so we're gonna draw the eye. The eye is going to be right here, and we're going to draw a circle. Let me fix that eye a little bit. And then we're gonna draw a little circle in there, and then we're gonna color in the whole entire circle, but leave that little circle white. Okay. Next, we're gonna draw the beak. So the beak starts right here. We're gonna draw a curve that goes like that, and then we're going to draw a line from right here where we started this. And we're going to draw a line and then connect it into that point of the top of the beak. So this is the top of the beak of our black-capped chickadee. Next, we're going to start from right here. We're going to leave a little space. And we're going to do a little curve and start the same spot. And then we just curve them together. Like it's at one point. Next, we're going to draw the head. The head is not a circle, but it is more like a circle. So we're going to start right here, close to the middle of the beak, and we're going to draw a curve that goes all the way right there and stops a little bit below, like maybe inch and a half under the beak. Now we're gonna start from right here. You know, we leave a little bit of the head in there. And we're gonna draw a curve that goes all the way down to right there till there. Perfect. Next, we're going to do a little curve like that. And then we're going to draw a half curve like that. And then we're going to start the tail. So the tail, we just go like that. It's more of a curvy line than you do straight, and then at the end, it's curved. And then we just draw little hoops for the feathers at the end of the beak. Now what I suggest is you do the U's, and then you'll put U's in between to make it look more like they're overlapping. I'm going to do that, and then we're going to just do the same line that we did earlier. One more U. And then only a couple we're going to do lines, not all of them. We're going to do maybe like 4 of your feathers. We're going to 4 or 5 of your feathers are there. If you have 4 or 5 little bumps, then that's fine. You just do 2 or 3 lines. Okay. Now we're gonna start out. So we're gonna get that and turn into this part and turn into a curve. Then we're just gonna basically do U's until right here. Then we'll start let's go back here and start the body of it. Now Chickadee's head is more curved, so yeah. And we're just gonna do a little curve right here, not too much, like a little bump that is not made, that goes there. Actually, I'm bringing mine will usually end up here, but I'm not too big. And then we just draw a little then we just draw a curve line and connect it into the jelly. Now, starting from right here, we're going to curve the wing and it's going to go and make that look good. This part right here, that's okay because we're going to draw a U shape. So let me finish this one. So the wing is very tricky. Well, not tricky, but it is a little tricky even if you have a lot of practice, a little bit. So we just draw half circles. So we're going to keep drawing these lines, except we're going to put them close together. Part of the thing is to put them close together. So we just draw a couple. That's simple. Except we're gonna stop doing the little things right here, and each time we're gonna get like smaller with the wings. So these two are big. This one I'm gonna make a little bit shorter. And draw that. This one's gonna be another little shorter. And then we're gonna make one last one. Now, you can do it whatever way you want. You don't have to do it like me. You could go the other way by doing it up and doing it, or like I did in the last one, or you could do it this way. It's up to you. Now next, we just from here, and we're gonna draw one more. Now we're gonna do another one, except there's not gonna be any U's. Do it like this. Then the last couple ones we do shorter. Now, we're going to draw a little curve like that, and there's going to be a little U like that. Okay, we got the main body, we got most of the body. Now what we need one more step, is to make sure, so a fact about chickadees are more fat. They have bigger heads, but they have like little right there, but this is drawing, you have to look exact. Belly is more thin, but it's fine because it doesn't really need it. So, yeah. Actually, since my belly is bigger, I'm gonna add one more of that thing. I'm gonna add one more to make mine look more thinner. There you go. So, yeah, then we just connect them down all the way like that. And then that'll be it. Curve it in. Now, all we need to do basically, I'm gonna go back to the beginning and make it more pointy since mine's more fat. Good. Now next, we'll go in to draw the legs. So since the legs are overlapping, we're gonna do a little like that. And go back in, and go back, and do like that. And then right here, I'm going to do a little bump and bump. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing, except this is going to be a different way. Okay, now we're going to draw the branch. That's the last step. We're going to draw it all the way down here. And don't make yours perfect, because if you make yours look perfect, and like just straight line, it doesn't really get the point because it doesn't look as natural as it would normally be without it. Okay, we are done with our drawing. Let's get our colors. Okay, here's my colors. I have a black biannual marker, and if you have the same set, is S, which is the only biannual marker I'm using on this lesson. And I have a whole set. You can buy them on Amazon. They are $30. You could ask your parents if you want. You could ask your parents if you could get them. And I have, but if you don't have this and you have Crayola markers, just get a black Crayola marker. That works too. I have a black color pencil, a tan color pencil, a white color pencil, a gray color pencil, and a brown color pencil. So what I'm going to do is, one more color. We need one more color. Okay. For the beak, I forgot this color. It's YG07. If you have the same set. And if you don't have this, you have a gray crayon marker, that's fine. If you don't, but if it's not dark enough like mine, you could use a gray color pencil that is lighter. You could do super dark on this one, okay? So what technique I like to do on birds, or after we color them in, is to use the black for the parts that are not black and do them lightly and make them look like them. But so we'll just start. So let's put these colors right here, and we're going to get our biannual marker or black marker. And what I like to do first is do the plot. So starting from right here, it's gonna be thin, and then we're gonna get like that, and then go all the way to right here. I'm gonna make mine a little bigger because. And then so the crayon marker, you have the fine tip, the tip of the crayon marker you can make this with. And then use the sides to color it in if you would like to. And that's what I'm going to do. And biannual markers, they have two. Biannual markers, they have two sides. A thick one for coloring in it and a thin one for details. So what I'm going to do is use the little tip right here to color in around it because some don't get any out of the way. Techniques I like to do is to use black for feathers to make it look big. But since it is black, we can't do that because, or else it would be bad because you wouldn't be able to see the feather texture. So if it's black, highlights for color pencils, whenever I tried it, it doesn't work really because I don't know why it doesn't really work for me well. It just smooths it out. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do it, but yeah. So we're not done yet. We're gonna go right here. Let me get that thin. Sorry. Let me get the thin point, and we're gonna go right here. And go right here. And then right here, we just curve it into right there. And now let me get my thick point and color that in. reason I am good at drawing and coloring is because I have done classes, and I've been drawing since about 3. And I've been doing classes online for it. So that's why I can do stuff like this. So now sometimes I like to do is what I'm going to do is use a black color pencil and thin and make it look hairy, like super dark, to blend in with that and make it look hairy, so then it doesn't look perfect. The reason we don't want the eyeliner marker because it might go too thick, right? And another way is to just make little feathers, make texture. I don't know if the camera can see my texture I did, but I made little feathers by doing this and this for around the head. Okay. Next, for when I do black and there's a feather texture, what I usually like to do is use a white color pencil and make little feathers. And each time we get to the bottom, in the top it's dark, but when we get to about the bottom of the eye, which is right here, we get lighter and lighter so that it blends in because we're being light. We don't want it to be like that. Okay. Now this one we just do up, 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 up. But we don't want to do it like super dark because then it won't look like a real bird. Okay. Next we're going to take our second eyeliner marker, which is Y07. Y09, when I used that, it was too dark, so I had to pick a lighter color. And we're going to use the thick part, but we have to use the point of it. So if you have a gray crayon marker, you have to use the tip of it since it's deep. Now, the Y09 that I've used one time, it looked like black, so I had to use this one, which is a little lighter. And next, we're going to take our white marker, and on that line, that beak line that divides the beak, that is the beak line, we draw over that line. Okay, perfect. Now, let's take our gray color pencil that we have, and we're going to go on the top of here and do a little feather texture right there. But we're going to do little spikes, but not too big. We want them to be small. Some going to be big, but not like big triangles. Not what we want. Okay. And then don't color in this part, but color in, and then we color in that shape that we made. I'm going to fast forward. Okay, the reason I pressed hard on mine, you press lightly because mine does not really work well for light. It works well, but I press mine. That's basically the color. It might be a little darker than it's supposed to be, but that is okay. Now we grab our black marker, and here's a little trick I like to do, and to make it look more feathery, is to do the black lightly and draw the lines to make it look like feathers instead of just not feathers. So I don't even know if the camera can see it though, but I'm just drawing little lines in that gray spot. It's okay if some come out, but we don't want them to be huge stripes out. So even though we're gonna put feathers there, we want it to be nice, comfortable. You want them to be, I kind of want to be calm a little bit to do this. Or we have to press it lightly, but you can still see it. Now this white part right here, you see right here? Yeah. We're gonna draw that thick line, but since it's white, we have to press a really light. Some people go to marker, and I won't be able to see, so good job, everyone. We're doing good. Now, next, what we're going to do is grab our tan. So, I forgot to tell you this, but we have tan cleanser. And we're going to, so this part right here, we're going to start really lightly right here, and then right here we're going to not be too dark, we're just going to be how we would do it normally. That's a way to make it happen. And right here, just press normally, because the light is reflecting. It reflects from this way. It's reflecting this way. So that's what we want to be doing, is reflecting it this way. Now I'm going to fast forward it right now. Okay, so now we're gonna get our black and do that same thing that we've been doing this part and that part. Except we're gonna do it lightly. Great, we're doing a great job, everyone. Great, everyone, we're doing a great job. Now, this is going to be cool. So we're gonna get over it again, and we're gonna go on the feet and color in those feet. And since they're not between, they're close together. We just color in the shape, the two legs, feet. Since we're looking at it from there, we're not doing it like this. Right? I'm not doing it like that. Like, okay, we're almost done. Now I need to get a black for the wings. We're gonna do little scenes. We're gonna color it in, except we're gonna leave a little white on the edges, so then because that's where the feathers of the chickadee is, like. So, yeah. And I still follow my lessons like I used to do. Well, I still do, but I follow them less. Is to look at pictures of them and then try to do it. That's a challenge for me to do. Because that's how I realize about myself now. And lessons, when you can use them like I did, you can use the techniques that they did on lessons and make them to do this kind of stuff. Now, we'll do the same thing for this. I'm going to fast forward it right now. Good job, Moore. We're almost done. We just need to color the tail and the branch, and then we'll basically be done. Okay, now the tail. This part we're gonna do lightly of the first two feathers that we did. And then right here, we're gonna start fading into dark. Now, sometimes I get it out of line, but I try to make them be in the line. But it's okay if your feathers are messy. Well, we're gonna try to paint them in line, but it's okay if feathers are messy because that's what makes it look like natural and real. Okay. I'm gonna, since mine are too dark, light, I'm going to make mine a little darker. You don't have to do that though, but since I don't know if the camera can see, I'm doing them a little bit darker, but so real. Okay. Now all we have to do is get our gray again. We forgot. We need to grab this guy and color in, this is the last part, color in that little part. Except we don't leave them with white out there. We just leave like a little side of white. But we just leave a little side of white. Like that. Okay. Now the last step is we just get our brown. Our brown is to just color. What I like to do is something that's around it is to just color it and go on the outside first. And since we're not drawing the whole entire branch, I'm not drawing the whole entire branch, you don't have to. You draw it all the way to there. But, yeah. So, you draw it all the way to right there. And doing that. And we're going to keep coloring the branch until the branch is fully done. But, yeah. Okay, we are almost done with the branch. Okay, now we are almost done. Now, we're gonna get our black again, and we're gonna draw like little rocky lines to make it look like a branch, because branches are rocky because they're from trees, and they're wood, and we need to have that texture in them to see it. Wait, we are done. Now what I like to do is, instead of telling everyone what it is, I just like to write in the corner of what it is. So black, so if you do this too, a black capped chick, D. You're not Chickadee. Sometimes I mess it up on that one. Good job, Wood. Good job, everyone. We did it. We finished our black cat Chickadee. Now, all that we did is to make the drawing look awesome is use a marker. Marker Jarvis. A dark gray or gray marker and a black marker. Black, brown, gray, tan, and white color pencils just to make this cool, this just simple drawing look awesome. So that's what I kind of want. That's one of the reasons I love art, is because you can make stuff by just drawing it and then using like color pencils and markers just to make it look realistic. And it's fun, and I like when people look at it because I like to make people happy with my art. That's one of the reasons why I do art, is because it's fun, and it makes people happy when they look at it, and it especially makes me happy looking at it because of how it shows, because it shows how good I am. Now, if you want to see the picture and try to draw it by yourself, I looked up on Google on my new iPad. I just got this yesterday. My new iPad, and searched up black cap Chickadee, and then I just clicked on a picture on the website, and then I just followed the website picture since it's big enough, since the one on Google is too small. But if you have a computer, then it's more bigger than the one on an iPad or phone or any kind of device. You can do that. I encourage you to, if you're practicing all you want to get better and better, follow lessons, and then when you feel comfortable not doing lessons and just going on Google, searching up an animal or something to draw, and then just do it, trust me, it's gonna look kind of like, it's gonna look realistic. Now, make sure you subscribe, like, and watch this video over. If you want to keep trying, you can watch this video over and over again, or look at the same picture as me. So, if you want to do this and draw like me, then you can go on this and make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and keep drawing, keep practicing, and keep doing it. Bye!